Let's solve these rational equations. Whenever you have a fraction equal to a fraction, it's called a proportion. And it's pretty cool how you solve it. What you do is you just multiply straight across. So you got 3 times 2 equals, and you multiply this across. Well, you got 4x times 7. You can either multiply with a dot or parentheses. Either way works. So once we do that, what we get here is, looks like we got a 6 over here, and 4 times 7 is 28. Now if I want to find out what x is, I'll get you x by itself, so to get rid of this 28 you divide by it. So it looks like x equals 6 over 28, which 6 over 28 reduces. Let's see, what goes into both the 6 and 28? I think 2 does. So we got x, 2 goes into this 3 times, 2 goes into this 14 times. So it looks like 3/14 will be your answer. Now, for this one, it's a fraction equal to a fraction, so it's basically the same thing. So let's do it again. We multiply these two. Looks like here you got x times x minus 3. And here equals 2 times x plus 4. So we cross multiply just like the previous problem. And we solve this. So to solve this, we have to, first of all, actually on this side, we have to distribute. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. Over here we distribute as well. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, I now want to solve this, and this one's a little bit more difficult than this one. This one has an x squared. So what that means, it's a quadratic. So since this is a quadratic, we have to set it equal to 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to minus this 2x over, and we're going to minus the 8 over. So we're going to move all this over, so it looks like we now have x squared, this and this, looks like a negative 5x. And that negative 8 can't combine with anything, so it's just minus 8. Then, if we try to solve that, we can't. If I try to factor, sorry, we can solve it, but if I try to factor it, it doesn't factor. So what we have to do is we have to use quadratic formula. So x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And remember your ABCs. Your a is 1, your b is at negative 5, and your c is a negative 8. So let's plug this in. B goes right here, so it's negative b, that's b squared minus 4a, a is 1, c, which is negative 8, and this is over 2a, which is 1. So if we do all this math here, we will get the answer. So what I see here, I got x equals, the opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. Negative 5 squared is a 25. And then negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 8 is a positive 32, I believe. 2 times 1 is 2. Let's see. So we now have x equals 5 plus or minus, well, 5, this looks like 57. And does the square root of 57 reduce? There's no square number that goes into that nicely. So actually this will end up being our answer. There are two answers. 5 plus the square root of 57 divided by 2, and 5 minus the square root of 57 divided by 2. Watch out, sometimes you can factor them, sometimes you have to use quadratic formula, sometimes they're as easy as this. Just every problem's different.